See, I hate that I'm wearing stripes because I know, when you're doing this kind of stuff, stripes are not usually in vogue because they look terrible.
I just love the fact that you think you know what's in vogue.
I know.
I try to act like I don't know. I've kind of developed a style for myself, and I'm just settling with it. Like I think I look good, and I'm just like, all right, cool.
I need to go to shopping at Target to get a new shirt.
Are we
I was
live?
going to say,
Yeah.
Oh, we're live, baby. We're live.
Oh, I see.
So I was telling, toy information. I was telling Ashley earlier because your wife Candy told me of a pre-order she did recently. Mm-hmm. I would say I thought you'd want to tell.
Was
Ashley.
it a record or was it a?
It was an action figure.
Final. Okay.
It was an action figure. I thought you.
Maybe I would know, but just go ahead. My brain.
She's pre-ordered the Wanda Vision figure, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wanda with the Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard to find.
At least I think she is.
It's already hitting Target.
I think so. Yeah.
At least I think she pre-ordered it. She did.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure now that I remember. I mean, there's so many things that we have like pre-orders and stuff floating around.
Yeah. Here it is. Yeah. She sent me like the link to the thing, and it's just below it. I also pre-ordered this.
No, it's great. I mean, we're harassing Feet Geek every day about when's Bo-Katan coming in, the Black Series figure. Apparently, they're supposed to hit the warehouse tomorrow, and then they'll get them by next week, hopefully. And look, he's got it. Bing bong.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, kept her in the box until I could show. Yeah. One thing I want to know is like I want to see like the detail on the helmet looks really good. Like, can you see like the scuff marks on her?
Oh yeah, no. Especially if it was going to be anything close to the preview photos, I was like, they did a good job on the sculpt.
The face. The face is incredible. Like Katie Sackhoff, it's like they.
Well, it's Katie Sackhoff, but if just at least for me looking at it here, it's a little bit of the cartoon version too. I see those elements in there. It just looks really good.
Yeah, it's an incredible figure. I can't wait to open it up and set it up.
Speaking of, I actually I ran through a Best Buy today and found here it is. Found Mr. Mace Windu.
Oh wow!
In the episode 1 box, I was like, I had to get it. So because I never got the Black Series, so yeah.
Wait. If this is the Mace Windu, does he come with the blue lightsaber though?
No. Fortunately, not. It's the purple, it's the.
It's not accurate then.
It's not the 99 accurate. That's not a 99. That's not a 99, baby.
The pre-Samuel L. Jackson telling Lucas how it is.
Yeah. Right. Which I actually did like that blade. I really like that hilt too for that blue lightsaber. So, it was reused, I think.
So the hilt was different for.
The hilt. It was a blue blade, and for episode 1, it was like this. What's funny is they reused that mold for his life. Not trying to be confusing, but when episode 3 came out, they, obviously there's a big toy line that came out and they sold a bunch of the plastic lightsabers. And when Mace's lightsaber came out, it's probably, he'll find it in there. Mace's came out and they used the sculpt for his original lightsaber from episode 1. I had it for a while and I finally gave it away to a kid, but I love that. The hilt. They used the purple blade, but the hilt was the hilt from episode 1. And I just thought it tickled me, but I actually like that hilt. It had this, I want to say they reused it for either, Eddie Gallia or somebody else. I can't remember. Somebody, I feel like that hilt was reused by somebody else.
So that was the mail away figure that came in the box, not the carded figure, right? You're talking about with the blue lightsaber.
I think the carded one had the blue lightsaber too.
Yeah,
because he technically didn't have a lightsaber to use. He didn't have in the movie, but in some of the molds he had, or in some of the ideas, or at least I think I think had a lightsaber on him.
I mean,
maybe they just changed it later.
Before episode 2, a lot of characters had like assumed colors because we didn't if you remember. Yeah, we didn't see him. Also, like if you remember the PlayStation 1 game, I think it was for some other stuff too, but Jedi Power Battles. Everybody had crazy colors. Like Adigalia even had she had a red blade. Yeah, Plo Koon had
I remember that. Yeah,
Plo Koon had a yellow blade.
It was a yellow blade or red.
Yeah.
I get the color sometimes mixed up on those.
Plo Koon had yellow. Yeah, Plo Koon had yellow. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan had their blue and green, and Mace Windu was in that game, wasn't he too?
Yeah, he had blue,
and he had his blue one. Yeah, and he had his blue one.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was
You remember? Hey, Ashley, remember those days? Remember we had that? I think at least that one day where we tried to play Jedi power battles, and it was like so hard.
I loved that game, but I love the concept of it because it was one of the few games that was Star Wars where you could try to play it with a friend, and man, the difficulty factor though it kills you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I understand that for sure.
That's very arcadey too.
Mm-hmm.
That was my bad. I had the mic muted on accident.
Yeah, I thought you probably did. That's why I was trying to see if I could control that and unmute you.
So was that at the old house when we played that?
Yeah. Yeah, the old. I think y'all were renting or something. I don't know if you owned it or not.
We bought it, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the one, in Sandersville, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. A long time ago, and 50 pounds lighter. Yeah.
But no, I came across this at Best Buy because I'm telling you, Best Buy gets some pretty cool exclusives, and this one was the only one hanging there. The rest of them, I think they all had Jar Jars, and obviously I already picked that one up for my mom and got that to her. So had to grab this because, to be honest, the only time I've seen the Black Series figure of Mace Windu was in Orlando. I think it wasn't in Orlando. It was in maybe it was in Orlando or Atlanta. It was one of these places or maybe it was even in Athens, but it was like a toy store, comic book shop, something like that we went to.
Where they marked it up and, like $50.
Yeah, it was pretty high. I wasn't going to get it there, but it was. I really did want it, but then I also knew that they were going to be putting this out, so that's why I waited. But I pre-ordered Qui-Gon and got him, but I happened to come across him in store, grabbed him, and so now I'm set, completely set.
Okay, well, is that all your haul? That's your whole haul?
Yeah, that's my whole haul.
All right, so this week I bought Win Woo.
Nice. I saw him in a store and I was like, oh wow, this dude looks cool.
Yep, all of them look cool, really. But I don't know who he is. Yeah,
me either. I know nothing about that story, those characters, nothing. I love that. I'm going to watch it because I love Hong Kong cinema, so I'm just in by default. But I know nothing about it.
Then it looks good. Aquafina's character, which is Target exclusive, Katie.
I can already hear Katie right now. I'm just hearing her voice. She's talking to that figure is talking to me right now.
Yep. And
that stupid voice.
Let's see. I got this Captain America, which is from that Marvel Champion. It's a mobile game. I can't Champions. The Realm of Champions or something. I don't. What is it? Contest of Champions. It's called Civil Warrior. But I need all of them so I can get the builder figure piece so I can build up Mr. Hyde. And then
speaking of, before you go on, have y'all finished the Winter Soldier series, the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah, what it came out.
I was gonna say, wasn't that great? That was just a great little set.
Oh yeah.
No, right?
Yeah.
I was okay with it. There are things I liked about it, and I don't know, things that kind of like fell a little flat for me.
What fell flat?
Well, it mainly fell flat in a couple. Well, one way for me was Sam and Bucky. I kept watching them, and sometimes like the dialogue, it felt like at times it felt like they were trying too hard to make it almost like a typical Marvel movie. Like, let's make sure we have our funny banter happening,
Yeah.
And it kept going. But the problem was it didn't move on sometimes. Sometimes it would just sit there and they were just like going back and forth still. Whereas like, come on, get the story going, get the plot moving. Come on. And then I think the one thing that irked me the most was in the last episode. Well, there are two things, but the last episode, first off, I didn't care for the Flag Smashers. I think I've said this before. I think I said it online, but Flag Smashers were like some of the worst villains I think I've ever seen in the MCU. Because they tried to make them sympathetic, but they kept doing stupid stuff that I couldn't like. There was nothing I could give them sympathy for. Like even as sad as they tried to make Carly out to be, she made really evil choices where I'm like, I don't have sympathy for you. You know, like when she had the guys knocked out and taken captive in the warehouse. And it's like, okay, and then she blows it up afterwards. Like, yeah, that's you're worse than they are right now.
But don't you think the super soldier serum had something to do with that?
But the thing is, they kept trying too hard to make it sound like it was okay. You know, they kept trying their best to kind of make her sound like it was okay.
I got you. Yeah.
But and the other thing is more topical. The other thing that really irked me the most was Sam's speech to the senator. Because because of the real world feeling of it and how certain politicians we've seen have reacted in the face of an actual crisis where their lives have actually been in danger. You know, when we see some of them flat out ignoring people talking to them about it. Mm-hmm. So all I was thinking while Sam was like telling this senator off, all I was thinking was, you know, in the real world, this senator would probably just like be looking away, ignoring Sam and just, you know, scrolling on his phone. And it really irked me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. But there were great things. And then like one of my favorite highlights was Isaiah Bradley, Carl Lumley. He killed it every minute he was in this show. Because I've loved Carl Lumley ever since Alias. You know, he was co-star in Alias with Jennifer Garner,
Martian Manhunter, and Justice League cartoon.
No. Oh yeah. He was. Yeah. But yeah, he was amazing, and he had to be wearing old makeup because I don't think he's that old.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like,
because he can't be that old yet. But he did. He did so awesome. He
killed it. He ate up the scenery.
His final scene where he saw his little his tributes area, you know, just his reaction to it. No words were needed. Just how he reacted. That was amazing. That made my heart soar.
Yeah, no,
that made up for a lot of
But you know, I think that Marvel Studios is still figuring out the whole
post Endgame
the Disney Plus streaming TV show or series idea. Like, how do we accomplish? You know, how do we do 6, 7, 8 episodes and make it really good each and every episode? So I'm cutting them a little slack because I think
Well, I think it also depends on what you care. To me, it always depends on how much you care and what you care about. I mean, with him, it's more the story, and I totally get his arguments are valid. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm just more focused on the action and making sure they get all that right. And
they had some great action.
The one thing, the thing I loved about the series was how it looked and how they filmed it. The action looked great. And I mean, I couldn't believe all that they, even with WandaVision, but with this show, all they got away with the CG and just these big action sequences. I just felt like there's no way they could have afforded to do this. But I mean, obviously they probably got as much money as they needed.
Yeah.
Well,
technology has gotten so good, you know.
Well, yeah, it has, but they put the same amount of money into 8 episodes or 6 episodes as they would a movie. So
so all I had to do was kind of budget it out right to like strategically make sure that their budget was used most effectively in which episode, you know. So probably one episode got a lot, like the finale. I'd imagine the finale and the premiere both had the highest budgets.
Well, I mean, you had that helicopter chase scene in the first episode, which was
well, that's what I'm saying. That? You have big stuff.
And that for me, that one killed me a little bit. Like the concept of a man sitting on the back of a person gliding. It just felt it felt like someone was literally in the writer room thinking, we got to come up with an amazing chase scene for the Falcon.
They probably did sit around doing that.
I mean, it was fun to watch, but I like one of my favorite action sequences was, I think, the big fight on top of the trucks. I think that was in episode 2 or 2, I think, when they first meet Carly.
Yep.
That was a great action sequence. I love that one. I love the finale action sequences.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Every episode there was these. I loved all the practical sequences they had. I mean, but then all the CG stuff that they would sprinkle throughout, especially just thinking of the concepts of what they have to do with the shield movements and all that. It's great seeing that we can still see that in the almost TV format, and it's just because I mean that back then, I mean that's a lot of technology, and to be able to crank that out, it's pretty cool. I mean, I mean, obviously they're not doing it as frequent as they could be, but it's a big leap. I'm enjoying television for sure.
Yeah. So the final pieces today, I finally bit the bullet.
Yeah,
I got the retro Hulk, little tiny.
See, that looks so good. Yeah, and it's got the Kenner thing in the bottom. I love it.
Yeah, even the back, it's got like the cutout card, and then the all the bio stuff about the Hulk, which is really, really cool. Yep. Yeah.
Where did you get them from? Did you get this one from Target or
GameStop?
Okay, I was going to say I saw them all at Target.
She's a Target exclusive. I ordered her online. I live like 60 something miles from a GameStop, and then I picked up Captain America. And what I like about these is like the classic look of the comics. When I was growing up, they looked like this. So.
Well, I love the figures. I just love how the figures are made. They're perfect. They don't look too cheap. They don't look too like stylized. They just look like perfect figures.
Yep. So I can't wait. And then I saw today that Hasbro had their Marvel Thursday Fan Fest thingy, and they announced like a Series 4 of these figures already.
So what will be included in that?
So you get the U.S. Agent, which is just a repaint of this. So he looks, black, white, and red. You get symbiote Spider-Man, or the black suit Spider-Man. Who else did they have? Oh gosh, I can't remember. I can pull it up right quick.
Spider-Man's not out, right?
Yeah, Spider-Man's out. The red and blue.
Spider-Man's already okay. I was going to say, what about any villains or anything like that, like Magneto
Electro,
Wolverine already out?
I don't know.
Oh wait, are we talking about that new wave that was just announced of Marvel characters?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I saw what you're talking about. Spider-Man 2099, right? Is that?
No, not the Marvel Legends, like the 6-inch series.
Oh, okay. We're talking about the classic stuff. Yeah,
the retro, the 3 3/4 inch figure, the 4-inch figures. I'm trying to find. I got all the images from the Hasbro rep, but I don't have them, downloaded and pulled up yet. I'll try to pull them up. So, okay, Loki, Storm, Silver Surfer is one that I want because he comes with that cool board, and then Stealth Mode Iron Man. Yeah, that Silver Surfer is straight up cool. Let me see if I can. I wonder if I can share this. Yeah, I wonder if I can share this. Share. I guess I can share my screen.
Press the share button.
Maybe. I have to. I have to tell Siri, Apple that it's okay.
Come on, share it.
I have to tell Apple it's okay that
share it.
That
share it.
Ray's being such a bully this episode.
Share it.
I said Ray, he's being such a bully this episode.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Yeah, I'm like John Goodman's character in Oh Brother, We're Out There. The one thing I can't have is air in the conversation.
Or I might have to reboot, so I'm not going to do that. So
good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really cool figure. If you want to look at it, go check out images on the internet.
It would be cool if they just start doing all the animated series X-Men figures, and then Spider-Man the animated version, but like in that style. That would be cool.
Well, not in this style, but Marvel Legends, they did the Spider-Man animated.
Did they?
Well, they did retro figures based on the Spider-Man toys that came out for the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So, and they look, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to maybe they'll do X-Men like that. I don't know.
I found a Britney Spears Pop that I bought for my wife, and that was pretty interesting.
It was out of left field right there.
I know it was just out of nowhere, but that was one of my buys for this week. Don't have it with me. It's probably sitting in the living room somewhere.
Yeah, right. If you can't show it, then it didn't happen.
Right, that's true. That's the internet rule.
Yeah.
Also, we have a stack of records too.
We get it. You have records.
How many more vinyls did you buy this week, Austin?
2, 3.
What'd you buy? Go ahead, spit it out.
Any movie soundtrack?
This isn't the vinyl show.
So tell us what vinyl you got.
Let's see. Queens of the Stone Age, rated R, and Soundgarden, Ultra Mega OK, and waiting on an album that I pre-ordered months ago from Zayo, who's an ex-Christian metal band.
What's it rated?
R, probably.
Okay, good. I mean, the first one you said was rated R.
It's rated S for Satan. Let's see. I feel like I miss it. Oh, well, my wife ordered the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack on vinyl, so we got that. Yeah, like I said, she also ordered a stack of Britney Spears records, and I'm like, apparently Urban Outfitters just has a whole bunch of Britney albums and all these colorful waxes, and I'm like, wow. I mean, it looks good. I like Britney. I can listen to it. My knowledge of Britney is like probably her first 2 records, and that's about it. Like whatever's on the radio when we were younger, and that's about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my face. That's my face anytime a Taylor Swift song comes on. I'm just like, oh my God, I was telling Ray the other day, like, my wife loves Taylor Swift. She's got a bunch of her records, and I try not to knock her because I know I have a lot she don't listen to either. But there was, I don't even know what song it was. I just know there was a beat in the song throughout the whole thing. And in my head, the beat, and I remember walking into the living room and freestyle it, and it was just pouring out of me. And all I know is it was just something to do with like her. I wish I had recorded it or written it. It was pretty dope. It flowed pretty good. And I just know it was something about, like, you're not going to be able to keep like having a career where you're just Miss Drama Queen, like makeup relationship problems, my whole, like eventually you got to have a different sort of life problem or something, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like eventually that, and I said, that's why she's in the woods making country albums called Folklore.
Dude. Okay. So
it's like how many more people can you have sex with and then they leave you, and then you're just like, I'm going to make albums about it. And it's just like, are you 40 yet? Are you 40 yet? So
there is one song that I like a part of, just parts and pieces of the song. And that's the one called Trouble, maybe?
I don't know. I know there's a song called Trouble, but I don't know.
I know the Pink song Trouble. That's a good one. I like Trouble by Pink.
This is
I think that maybe that's the song I'm thinking of. I don't know.
This is
that
Taylor
could be
Swift.
The one I'm thinking about.
I don't know, but it starts off all poppy and kids bop kind of sounding, and I hate that part. But then there's a good beat that comes in, and the song
booty popping comes in.
yeah, and the song changes, and she goes up an octave or goes down an octave or something. Her voice changes, and it sounds a lot better. But then she goes back to the poppy crap again, and then there's lots of changes that goes on in it, and I hate the poppy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna preach or go on a soapbox or anything about Taylor. All I'll say is just, like, I appreciate her as an artist, but for me personally, like, I don't see the value in it, because for me, it's like anytime I've ever tuned into her life or her music or career, it's always drama driven. It's just like it's like needlessly drama driven.
I'll be the unnecessary devil's advocate here, because I have no stake in this game at all with when it comes to Taylor Swift. So could it possibly be, because I don't know her whole track listings for all of her records. So is it a combination maybe of, the media always loves its celebrity drama, and could it also be that maybe it's mainly her popular songs are the ones that have to do with drama stuff, like breakups and, failed relationships, and there are probably songs on the album that are much, on an album that are much more normal, like just about something else maybe.
Of course.
I'm saying this with no knowledge at all right now, because I like right now on the top of my brain I'm trying to think of a Taylor Swift song and nothing's like popping in my brain yet. But
for sure,
I'm for some reason I'm feeling like maybe I should be a devil's advocate here slightly. I don't need.
I'll tell you one thing. No. One thing I like devil's advocate always. Now the only thing is I don't like a troll.
No, I'm not trying to be a troll.
But always putting the shoes on the other foot are always good.
Yeah.
Now, also take into consideration when we talk about music, I will always take everything into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
I will also always come at something with a little bit of a like benefit of a doubt, and I also can put something in its category. With her, she's no doubt she lives off of her drama. Anytime I've ever to me, I feel like her career and her music is kind of built off of it. It's playful, but it's like, I mean, you could go down to and look at some of her record labels or record titles, like Reputation. Bad reputation. Yeah. It's like it starts to be where, like, I mean, at a certain point she went from sweet country singer to drama queen, and it's clearly you could see the path in the albums, but to me, I'm just like, that's fine. I mean, that creates art. Life creates art. What is that, by the way? I like that.
That's a Boss Fight Studio figure.
A what?
Boss Fight Studio.
Oh, okay. So it's like a custom.
Well, not custom.
Indie, or like I call it custom, but like an indie kind of. Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm just trying to show my toys out,
I like that. Let's talk about other things, and we'll just show toys. I wish we had like a turntable, and we would just display toys on a fourth screen, is what we'll do, and we'll talk about Taylor Swift and how we don't like her. It would be cool if she jumped on. Like, it would be cool if she jumped on the podcast and then just tried to defend her career, because because she would care about something like that, right?
Well, yeah. These three Georgia boys are coming at me hard here.
I know, man. They coming at me. But I will say, do you think, because Ray brought up, you saw the Ghostbusters toys, right? And this was at Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, these were Walmart exclusives, right? These are the real Ghostbusters, like, re-releases. They're basically just resculptures from the 80s figures.
Mm-hmm.
And they're even in they're the same packaging and everything from the 80s. Looks really cool. I've got a set of them out, and a set of them still in the boxes, except for Winston. But yeah, those are Walmart exclusives, and they slowly trickled in. And now here we are a year after they actually, because I got mine in a pre-order, but I think this is like a year later now, and they're finally kind of. Well, just about every Walmart I've been in now, they're starting to get them now. It's really weird.
Well, the thing is, like, so what happened was last Sunday, because last Friday was officially 2 weeks since I had my second COVID shot. So it was kind of like we're pretty much good to go. We could try to, we wanted to kind of do a normal weekend finally. Mm-hmm. Not too normal. We kind of still thought about it, but one thing we tried to do Sunday was we wanted to go back to a place we always loved to go to, which was this Chinese buffet place in Vidalia. Austin knows this place. The Super China Buffet. Yeah. But first off,
hurts so good.
It's not. It is not called Super China Buffet anymore.
Uh-oh.
It is now called the New Super Buffet. And while I saw that, all I was thinking was, God, I hope the reason they changed their name doesn't have to do with the whole last year. Like that, because somebody I won't say who, but somebody out there kind of like to try to demonize the word China.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody probably that's what I was thinking was, God, I really hope that's not the reason they changed their name. But we tried to go there, and it was so crowded. It was so packed, and it looked miserable. Because, we go there, whenever you and I went there, it's kind of like there was a good, it never got overcrowded. But this is the first time I've ever seen this place. People literally lined up, like covering every table, like every row of of the buffet lines. People were like back to back to back on the buffet lines. And we just saw that, and we were like, no. So then we went to Vidalia. So we decided we're here. We also needed to grab something from Walmart. So we decided we're here. We went over to the Walmart. We walked around. Their Walmart's been overhauled. That's probably one of the nicest Walmarts I've been in a year or so. We went to their toy section. Their Lego section was astounding. And that's where I saw, and also with their action figure section, that was really well done, well organized. And that's where I saw the Ghostbuster figures. And
nice.
That's it. I didn't know those. I think you had shown me those, and for some reason, like I completely forgot they existed. And I was like, "Wow, when did these get made?"
They were well. That's the thing, though. I only know about them because obviously, I found out about them beforehand, but I pre-ordered some, so I got them when I pre-ordered them. But then they would trickle into stores here and there, but not every store was getting them. You would just see them just pop up here and there, and it wouldn't be every figure. It would be like a couple of them here, a couple of them there, and then later on they released the Slimer and Stay Puffed, and that's it. But now they're starting to do more, and now I've heard they're going to do the car, so I can't wait for they'll re-release the car. I'm sure they'll eventually re-release the Firehouse, and I probably will buy that if they do it. But I've definitely got to get the car, so I'll buy the Ecto One if they re-release it. So to me, I've even thought about it because I think Target's got it on sale. They've got the Ecto One from Hasbro on sale, but the only drawback to it is, I like it, but it's not electronic at all, and it's modeled after the Afterlife car, and I did look at it, and that and it looks beat up and stuff, and that wasn't the deal breaker. But one thing I didn't like about it was I looked at an unboxing video, and the grill of it looks so weird. Like it's like the car looks so detailed, but the paint job on the front grill, it's instead of chrome, like a chrome front, I guess it's supposed to be rusted. Or something, but instead of them kind of giving it rust and all that, they just gave it almost like this, like a bronze plastic look, like a bronze plastic front grille, and it just looks weird. It looks almost like a cheap last minute, like how do we do the grill? How do we do the rust? We'll just do the whole thing's rust color. Boop. And we'll just make it like that. So that was the one thing that kind of made me back off of it, where I wasn't going to spend $50 on it, but I'd probably spend money on it now if it. I think it was like for sale for $30 or something. So I may try to pick that up at some point.
Nice,
really. Yeah, it just looks cool. I like that door feature, where it slides open.
Oh yeah,
the side
they even have that on the Lego set that they've done for that car that's coming up, or is it already out?
I don't know. I don't think it's out. I haven't seen it, but.
The Lego is, or it's either they're doing or they've already done the Afterlife Ecto One.
Right. I haven't seen it in stores, but they may have done it. And I'm trying to remember if I saw it in the Lego store. I don't think I saw it.
It seems like I saw it in a store somewhere, but I could be misremembering. But
yeah, I'm trying to remember if I saw it in the Lego store at Disney Springs. I just can't remember. I saw the Batwing and the Batmobile. The 89 Batwing and Batmobile, but I can't remember seeing that one. So
speaking of what you're saying is these are like exactly replicas of the original figures.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on? And this could lead into a bigger conversation. I don't know, but what are your thoughts on things like, you got the vintage Star Wars community that hates with a passion reproductions, right? And they pretty much chastise you and kick you out of the groups if you even try to sell reproductions, and then on the other side you got like G.I. Joe collectors who are like, welcome reproductions, but my thing is, these things are not going to last forever. These toys are built out of plastic. They're already starting to break down. When you get one and it's kind of slimy, that's the plastics breaking down. So these things are not going to last forever. How do you?
It starts to sound. Here's my take on it. I'm going to give you my hot take on it.
Okay.
It sounds like you start to break down into two groups. You've got the groups of people who are money driven.
Yeah.
And then you got the ones that actually like the toys. They care about the toys. So, and I could be wrong, but that's just kind of my initial thought on it. And I guess I maybe fall on the toy love side, because it's like, I prefer, or I mean, I like the idea of a reproduction just for the, like you said, a toy doesn't last forever. They're going to break down. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go and spend $50, $100 for this hard to find toy or something because they didn't make enough of them or, whatever from some guy or some money hungry guy. Yeah, I want to help the community and people love to sell and make money. And that's just a way of living. But at the same time, if you give me do I allow, or I guess it's like, do you pay away for like business people to exist off these things, or do you just want your toys? I just want my toys. So if I get them as a reproduction, like for example, the Ghostbusters reproductions, they're not the originals. I don't care. They're close enough. They look really good now. Now, when they make real big, obvious changes that could irk me, sure, then I may walk away from it. But these are pretty faithful reproductions of the originals down to the box. It doesn't bother me. I mean, like I said, I don't have them anymore, and I don't want to sit there and spend $100 per figure for something and then say, oh, I'm never going to take it out of the box. When it's something that I would love to just spend $10 to $13 on to take out of the box and go set up as a display, and it could just be something I like and enjoy. I don't see anything. These
are coming out of the box. Yeah, I mean,
those are coming out of the box. Yeah. So like, that's what I do like the idea of the reproductions, but then you see the people I think that are more money driven, where they're like, well, it's more valuable you take the value away from the originals and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I hate to keep bringing it up, but think about record production. You could have original pressings of a record, and then you can have reproductions, and then people will get mad because, this pressing of a Pink Floyd album now has made this pressing, it doesn't make it as worthwhile anymore, or blah, blah, blah. But it's like, well, but what do you care about? Are you trying to care about making money, or do you care about quality product? Like, do you want to enjoy the product, or do you just want to make money, or think you own money? Do you own a treasure? It's kind of a weird argument there, but I stand on the side probably of like, productions are fine with me. They don't bother me.
Yeah, but looking at it from like an archival stance, right?
Archival stance. What's the downside?
So you're saying, okay, I've got this original Luke Skywalker vintage figure from Kenner, right? But it's starting to break down. This is the last one,
right?
Or there's not many left. I mean, I can make a mold of the lightsaber, which is pretty much deteriorated beyond recognition. I can put that in there and it'll look just like it, but it's going to affect, somebody's going to get mad because it's going to affect the price. And if I died tomorrow and my kids tried to sell it, they're going to sell it off as totally vintage. They're not going to know, but then collectors out there who do know would get all up in arms. Like, you sold me a $3,000 figure and it ain't half real.
And it all came down to what?
Yeah, money. But
money.
Then you look at like stuff like the people who are dedicated to keeping like some of the original costumes from Star Wars that were used in New Hope. Those things are have been just going downhill, and then it takes company, they send them off to companies, and companies will fix them up so they look brand new. But at what point is this was used on the Star Wars set to this is we have one strip of hair left on this Chewbacca
it's the whole it's the concept of guys, it's an anatomy concept. 2 years, in every 2 years or so, by the end of every 2 years, every cell in your body is basically replaced, by new cells. So, I mean, at one point, it's the whole idea of, is it still the same? Is it still the same thing? Even though it's been basically rebuilt from, I guess
it's just like rebuilding a car. If you want the part, especially when you have to do, let's say you're rebuilding a Model T Ford. Obviously, they wouldn't make the part. You can't just go and buy a part and be like, oh, this part. No, this was manufactured in 1920 or something like that. But it wasn't open. It's still in the box. Like, no, you're not going to. The thing will probably open it and just tons to dust. No, you'll get a reproduction. You're just going to get today's steel, hardest steel and parts or whatever you're doing, and reproducing that car, but it's being made with today's ingenuity.
But see, but I would call that like just a total custom job. Whereas, if you're fixing up a car, you have some major pieces of that car to fix up, right?
But you're talking about a restoration, though.
Yeah, a restoration. Yeah,
versus a reproduction.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. I can see what you're saying, but it's still a restoration if you're taking that Luke Skywalker who is missing just one piece, like where this car is missing just one piece over here, but you're restoring it.
You're obviously, I mean, when you do stuff like that, if you're mixing pieces, you're killing the value of it. But it's all about, the value is all about what you hold to be valuable in that. Yeah. So people that hold that valuable obviously could take it and take some expert to look at it and go, yeah, this is good. This is right. This is right. Oop, that piece is not supposed to be there. Ruins the whole thing for them. But that's because they cared about it and money was a factor. You didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on something that wasn't complete. No, I totally understand that, because that gets into a whole different argument, because you start talking about breaking down the aspects of money. So with me, I mean, yeah, it's tough to cross-pollinate. Me personally, it's a matter of how you're using that item. Like me, for example, I have like some Luke Skywalker figures, like Black Series figures. I know that at some point, Crate Luke will be made in Black Series. And I know that at some point, I will take him and combine him with the green lightsaber from Return of the Jedi just for fun. And maybe, and see, collectors or people who look at monetary value may go, that is, but somebody who just out of a love for it and may even look at, well, in accurateness, he should be holding that darn green lightsaber. But it's also just all out of love. It's like, I'm not selling it. It's all for me and for personal consumption. So yeah, it's all tit for tat.
But one day it will be sold, right?
From me? No. I mean,
no. When you're long gone, it's either going to be thrown away or it will be sold, and
or given away,
But the person who gets it is going to be getting, an amalgamation of a couple of different figures there, and they're going to treat it like this is,
Oh yeah, it's the same as when you look at Pawn Stars, when they'll have these guns that they're looking at, and there'll be these, they could be in Civil War, the Revolutionary War, just different kinds of guns, and they'll have like the gun, and it'll be worth so much money, but then it has these other parts on it that weren't there originally and stuff like that. That's how I would look at it. It's like, because it's just there's such a long amount of time, and probably, it's been handed down or whatever. Whoever's in possession of whatever they have, whether or not they want to sell it is up to them. I mean, we still get into the fact of, is it a monetary thing, or is it are you possessing it? Like, you want it? Like me, I'm just enjoying what I have. I'm not looking at this as a money item. I'm looking at this as I'm enjoying looking at this or playing with this or whatever I have it for item, but it's an item for my own personal consumption.
And I think sometimes I look at it, I got a weird mind sometimes, and I look at it like, I'm keeping all this stuff, and one day I'm going to open a museum to share my love of whatever with everybody in the world, and and I'm archiving this stuff, right?
Right, exactly, like a Steve Sansweet kind of thing. Which I think is great. And that's how I am. I mean, this right here is like an archive. It's not like I'm putting this on a peg, like, oh, come get it, I got on sale for $5.99. Like, no. This is mine. It's going to go in an archive, so you can look at it, and it may not be worth anything to you, but to me, I could just look at it and be like, I remember where I was when I got that, and I like it. Whatever.
But sometimes, I guess I look at stuff like, if I go to a Disney park or Universal Studios, and they show you these, iconic movie props or whatever, Superman's cape from 1978,
the Fast and the Furious cars.
Exactly. I think Paul Walker's car is going out, like the first movie's car is going out on auction. Really? The green one's like a 90-something, 94.
I remember when Universal had like some of the Too Fast, Too Furious cars up in one of the one of the city sections, like just out like on display. Like, I think it was like 3 or 4 of them. It was like
that was probably the best people watching opportunity ever.
The green. Oh gosh. Oh God. What was I wish I could remember the model, because I wanted it as but there's also the Spider, the purple convertible You remember that one? The one Tyrese drove? You're lucky you don't remember it then.
I don't remember much about the Fast and the Furious movies.
I don't either. I vaguely remember the first one, and now I am. Then after that, my knowledge is only from the fourth.
No, don't get me wrong. Yes, it is dumb fun. It is dumb fun. I just don't remember. It's fun in the moment, but they're not movies that you like fondly commit to. Do you remember the time he said to? No, I don't.
To me, there's a period where they were good. To me, the first movie was terrible.
5 was the peak.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. To me, the first one was terrible, and I was not down with that whole movement when that movie first premiered.
Five was basically just a remake of Point Break.
Pretty much.
So many story beats are like, just someone watching Point Break as they wrote the movie, like over and over.
But it was like pretty much like 4. I think like. Was it 4, 5, and 6, or 4, 5, 6, and 7?
Four was when Vin Diesel came back into the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was where I ever cared, because if the first movie was terrible, I didn't watch the others after that. And then I think you told me to check out when 4 came out. I was like, yeah, I'll probably watch it. And you were like, yeah, they actually are now. They're making them like heist movies, and I'm like, all right. And it was actually good. And then the 5th one was because like all I had to do was see The Rock running around like half killing people, and I'm like, man, that was great.
Well, like the whole sequence at the end, the big car sequence with them like driving through Rio with the giant safe, just wrecking everything left and right. It was so much mayhem and so much fun to watch on. Like it was really well filmed. I thought, Justin Lin, he really kind of.
I love how we derailed his talk about props and stuff. We started talking about Fast and Furious. Oh man. Anyway, go ahead. Your restorations of Superman's cape and all that.
Never mind now. No.
Every time I look at that, I can't really tell what's sitting on your microphone. It kind of looks like Dowsing holding swords.
It is
yoga flame, yoga fire. Oh, I can't. It looks awesome.
Is it human?
No, it's like an orange translucent fire person.
Demon. It's a demon.
Yeah.
You're fighting for the armies of Satan.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I can't remember what they're Helios, I think, is the name of the figure. Part of the Helios army.
Every time I go into Think Geek, I keep seeing those Drizzt swords, and I want them so bad. The scimitars. I want them so bad. They have them. They're like foam blades, like hard foam blades. Have you seen them, Ray? Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sure they sell them at GameStop too, but at Think Geek, they have them sitting behind the counter, and it's in a big long box, and it comes with both of them. It's like both scimitars, and they're apparently like, they look great. And then the blades, they're like hard foam. So it's kind of like the LARPing kind of.
So is it like officially like
the official Dungeons and Dragons Drizzt Do'Urden blades?
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's like they did a big push. They released that big figure you have, and then there's a statue I know that they put out, and then those blades, man. I would love to get those blades.
That's what I don't understand. It's like Hasbro, put out this figure. Where's the line? Where's the rest? Like, put out more. I think it would sell. I mean, maybe this figure didn't sell well enough for them to say, hey, we could probably do a line. I don't know. I wish they would release some numbers, just to see if we're going to get more of those figures.
Yeah, one thing to always tell, like, what's the most popular, I've noticed, is if you go on the Hasbro site, you can see which pre-orders have sold out already. And I always find it funny, certain ones will sell out, certain ones won't. Like,
I just want Hasbro to put out like like the first Ghostbusters movies version of the Ecto 1, and then put out like a Ghostbusters 2 figure line with the Ghostbusters 2 car. That's all I care about. That'd be cool to do. Like an official Hasbro version.
Yeah. Speaking of, it's not really speaking of. I'm trying to segue into this.
Oh wow!
What are you looking for?
So it just, I just go to HasbroPulse.com and you look at the, sort it by new arrivals, and you can see like what people are actually like. The newly announced Iceman figure from Age of Apocalypse sold out. This was just announced today. It's already sold out.
Yeah.
Sabretooth sold out. Spider-Man 2099 sold out.
Oh, the end game Thanos Iron Man 2-pack. I'm pretty sure that sold out within hours because I remember getting the email notification that they were saying like, "Oh yeah, come see what we got, surprise, new figure."
Mm-hmm.
And I think I looked at it a couple hours after I got it, and then I clicked on it, and it took me to that, and it was already sold out. I was like, yeah, I could see why that would sell out. It's expensive. I think it's in the 60s, isn't it?
I thought it was 73.
Ouch.
Man, yeah, because you got that big Thanos figure, and then the Iron Man, and then all the different hands and like face sculpts for both of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
There's a lot of stuff that comes in that dual pack.
And I couldn't get it because it sold out everywhere. But I did pre-order the Ironmonger figure.
Oh, the Obadiah Stane.
Yeah.
Tell me this though. I doubt this. I'm like 98% certain that it's not. But is there any chance that you could put Obadiah inside of that Ironmonger?
I doubt it. Even though now that figure,
great.
From everything I've seen of it, just the promo pictures, it's huge. Mm-hmm. I mean, they did release one years back. Mm-hmm. That was not really in scale. This one seems to be like in scale. Like, wow. He actually comes up to like the waist.
That'd be pretty big then. If he's scale, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's why it's like $73.99 or whatever.
I mean, as long as it's scale and worth it. I mean, that's pretty cool. It'd be cool if you could put him in there though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
you never know. You could
ask me how did I solve the icing problem?
How did you solve the icing problem?
What icing problem?
Man,
no, it makes me. We're actually about to start on those again pretty soon. I'm sure. Me and my wife, we're going to
Marvel
breeze through the Marvel movies again, watch them in order.
It's fun.
Something that y'all talked about. I showed this to Austin last night. Was it last night that I showed this to you?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we'll see.
You don't know what I'm going to show you. So y'all talked recently, we've been talking a couple times about the Batman series coming out. Did you see the cover for the first issue for the Batman 89 series?
It's a variant cover apparently, but it's
I'm going to share it with you. Let me share my screen. Let me see if I can share.
I can share.
All right.
Oh, we know you can share because you're
all right.
Master Controller.
Can you see it? All right. Can you see my screen?
Nope.
No,
I see you. Does Austin have to give you
does
permission?
Austin have to give me permission?
I don't see why.
Come on, dude, you're running the show. Come on, you ought to know.
I don't know how to do this stuff.
You ought to know.
There's a share screen, but I don't want to share my screen. I want to let you share yours.
This is really
I don't know.
But anyways, they've got a picture of. Here, I'll just send you the link so you can look at it yourself.
Yeah, put it in the private chat and I'll look at it.
And basically, you can see an interesting little rendering of a character we never got to see in Tim Burton, from Tim Burton's Batman universe.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
We see Billy D. Two-Face. Oh,
yep.
Man. I've been waiting to see what he would have looked like. I remember when I found out that. He was going to be, or found out about the, the stuff that went down that, he didn't get brought back and, they replaced it with Tommy Lee Jones. I remember finding out about that. And I remember looking it up online, trying to see like if anybody made like fan art of how he would have looked as Two-Face. And I never found anything that was too impressive. But I mean, I'm already liking how that looks. So, just simple, keeping it simple. I love he's still got the mustache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks cool. It's got me excited. It's enough to make me keep my Comixology. I mean, my DC Universe Infinite subscription, just for that and the Superman one.
It's going to be a digital first, I think. Is that correct?
I believe so. See, that's the picture. It's going to be digital. Yeah, it's going to be digital first, and I think then in like October or something, they'll do the whole screen here, like the whole.
Kind of like what they did with the Smallville comics. What they did was, an issue a regular floppy issue would comprise about 3 digital issues, 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean, usually when they release something digital, it's shorter than a regular comic. Yeah,
Yeah, this one will go through what? It'll be 6. Is it going to be 6 issues? I think.
I don't know. It's only 6.
I feel like this series is going to be a limited series for the first run. I think it's like 6 issues or something like that.
It doesn't say on the cover anywhere.
No,
sometimes it'll say one of something if it's
no, it just says number 1.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be limited. I thought it was just, an
at least like the first. I'm sure the first 6 issues will be its first book. And
maybe y'all told me that, but I completely forgot. Sam Hammond's writing it. And I thought that's really cool that they brought him, that he's getting to come back and kind of continue this universe that he kind of really played a big hand in writing.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see like what he's going to do there. And if you notice in that picture, you notice how his Batman's costume has got kind of like
a
bluish tints.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Cape Crusader.
I wonder if that's blue or it's supposed to be, just
creative liberty.
Yeah. Or maybe it, just the light shining off of it gives it the blue tint when it's really black, or how they do in comics sometimes. Yep. Austin, have you seen Bad Batch yet or no?
Not yet. We just started.
This is gonna be a weekly question.
It is going to be a weekly question. I may go ahead and just watch it myself and then rewatch it with my wife. But we've started the Clone Wars, so I don't know. I just hadn't had an urge to watch it until we finish it. But I may go ahead and just watch it and just see what I think about it.
Here's a question I can pose to both of you. When it comes to a lot of animated shows or any of these type of shows, what are your typical opinions on child characters? Like, do you get immediately annoyed with them and wish they would disappear? Like, I notice usually online, there's always usually a consensus of like, oh God, the kid ruins everything. Even with Bad Batch, because you've got a kid character that's a big part of the plot. And me and my wife watch it. We find her adorable. It's a fun. She's an interesting character. I think she's gonna have a lot of growth, kind of like Ezra did throughout Rebels. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been that bothered by kid characters like that before.
She's annoying.
You think she's annoying?
She's very annoying, and the only reason is because I don't want to spoil anything, Austin. So remove your headphones, Austin, for just a second.
Okay, I've done it.
Okay, I don't like the fact that she is the main reason that they're always in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's let's go to this planet and do this.
I'll be devil's advocate.
Screwed us up. All
right, here's my unnecessary devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Kids are naturally dumb.
Yeah.
Kids naturally get in trouble. So it's up to us adults to keep them alive until they can reach adulthood and keep themselves alive.
But I've proved myself.
But and there's a moment, there's a moment that I really liked. And Austin's not there, so I'm going to try not to spoil it. So I'm going to try to see if I can hint at it to you, Ashley. It has to do with Wrecker and something he does for her. It was not in the last episode, but the episode before last. Something he does for her to kind of make her feel a little more, I guess, welcome. Remember? When me and my wife saw that, my wife's like, she just went, oh, like she loved that moment. And I thought it was a sweet moment too.
It was. Like I said, it was. And I know that it seems like in Star Wars they always have to have this one character who, even Luke plays that part in the original trilogy. Well, the first movie. I want to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters.
Yeah, he's annoying in that first movie. Yeah. Like you want to strangle him. Like, shut up.
So I guess that is part of the Star Wars way, the design of Star Wars. But I wish we could get through this to get to something more impactful. But I know they're building something with her. It's just frustrating sometimes to see her like, here we go again. How are we going to rescue her?
Yeah, as long as the character pulls their weight, I'm always fine with it. It's just if they can make their play. Like I was even annoyed when they introduced Ahsoka. I just thought, what?
Me too. Honestly,
I thought that was so dumb. I'm like, really?
And now she's
she's his Padawan. Like, Anakin had a Padawan now. Yeah. Like, how stupid can you be? And she ended up being a good character, but it just took time. It did take time. I mean, I wasn't immediately her fan.
Not even after the first season. It took me like second season. So.
Well,
yeah.
See, like, it was a while before I even, I really didn't know much about her in Clone Wars either. I didn't know much about her, I think, until Rebels. When she first came onto the scene of Rebels, that I kind of was more paying attention to her as a character. But yeah, I was very confused by the concept when the Clone Wars movie was coming out. Just by virtue of who Anakin was as a character and his temperament, it was very confusing to me to think how in the heck would the Council ever approve of someone like him taking on a Padawan? They know his temperament.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
he's to have more shouting. We're gonna hear like half the time he's gonna be shouting in the temple, like, "No, you listen to me," and the Padawan's gonna be shouting, "No, you listen to me. No, you listen to me. No, right. I'm the master. No, you're not."
Because he was a kid. To me, I would still. My whole thing with it was always a kid leading a kid, but but at the same time, I think they were trying to. I think part of all that was just to try to push the fact that not just Anakin, but Jedi Padawans and people in particular were being pushed to be Jedi Knights. It was like, you're not kids anymore. You're in a war now. So you're a Jedi Knight.
People are having to grow up.
And then it was like, and not only that, now they're taking this other girl and forcing her to grow up faster and saying, now you got a master and he's got to live with you. I don't know. It still was kind of stupid, but it started to work in the confines of how or the context of the show. It worked. But I would say that's a good stop point right there because we could talk about Clone Wars and Star Wars forever, but I think the world needs to go to sleep and go to bed.
Oh yeah. Yep. So leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know if you watched it.
Yeah, let us know if you watched it. Let us know if we need to shut up, if we're too Southern, if we say words funny. Let us know if we're too white, if we're too straight, if we're too
gall darn it the heck.
If we don't curse enough, if we curse too much, just let us know. If we should never record again, don't tell us that.
Don't do that.
Don't tell us that. We don't care we don't care if you say that.
We like talking to each other, so
All right, everybody, be good to each other.
Watch Invincible.
Later days.